So it's pretty late and I'm already in my pajamas, but I had a sudden burst of energy. So we are going to talk about August beauty favourites. A couple of days late, I know, but things have been happening in life. But getting back to it. Okay, so I have some body stuff, some like makeup stuff, some skincare stuff, and we're just gonna randomly go between things. So the first thing I wanted to start with was actually this Veet Miraculous Oil. Now this is $8.99 for, I think it's 100ml. Yes, it's 100ml. And this is supposed to help with ingrown hairs. Now I have ingrown hairs so much, like on my legs, on my arms, in other areas as well, and they're so hard to get rid of. And I have another thing to talk about which is related to reducing ingrowing hairs as well, but I found that this has actually been really helpful. Now I've tried other ingrowing hair solutions, like more liquid sort of things that are the consistency of toner or, you know, nail varnish remover. Sometimes they smell like nail varnish remover and they can help, but they often are super drying, whereas this is an oil. It's not super heavy or super thick and greasy, it's actually very light and absorbs very nicely, but it has the benefit of being moisturising and helping ingrown hairs. And in my experience, I've been using this for a little bit over a month now, and it really genuinely has been reducing the amount of ingrown hairs that I have. The second thing that I have, which is actually really helpful for ingrown hairs, is an IPL device. This is from Sensica and this is the Sensilight Pro, and they call this an RPL device, which stands for reactive pulse light, but it's basically an IPL device. The R reactive bit, basically they've put in some technology which like you get like feedback or something, which they've written that unique sensors that constantly react to your skin specific needs with every single flash, ensuring a safe, fast and effective treatment. So basically there's some kind of feedback, whatever, like from the flashes that I'm assuming like gives information about your skin colour and your hair colour, something like that, to make it safe and to optimise the treatment for your skin type. And it does have an auto setting. You can set it manually to different levels, but you can also do an auto setting and you do like a single flash against your skin and it kind of measures it and chooses a setting for you, which I think is also really helpful. Now I got this on sale for like $199.99. The list price is like 300 and something, but you can like wait. It will, I'm sure, eventually like be on sale again. Like I don't know why it was so cheap. Like well, it's not cheap, £200 isn't cheap, but compared to like $350 or whatever, you know, what, £200 is a big discount. I'm not sure exactly why it was on sale when I bought it, because it's not like it's a super like old device, old model or something, but it was on sale, so I bought it and I've been using it for probably 6 to 8 weeks now, and it's definitely reducing my hair growth. It slows down the hair growth. So like a week after doing a treatment, like the amount of hair that has grown through is like way less. And I also think that it is making the hair grow back finer. Now my leg hair is quite fine anyway, it's not actually that different to like my arm hair. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's growing back finer because it's already fine, but I'm pretty sure that it is. This is not painful. This is like an elastic band snap, something like that. It's really easy to use. Has a glide setting, so if you press this and hold it, this is the button to like obviously do the flashes. If you hold it for 3 flashes, it then goes on to like an automated mode where it like flashes by itself and you can just move it and not have to press the button, which is super helpful. And yeah, so far it's really working. I will do like a more detailed review on this, like when I have been using it for like a significant length of time, so I can really see what the results are, because at this point I can say there is definite improvement, but obviously you still do have leg hair. So, you know, I will do a proper, more detailed review on it in the future. But for the time being, I am super happy with it. I can definitely see a lot of improvement. And basically IPL, laser hair removal, electrolysis is like pretty much the only way to like really permanently reduce ingrowing hairs. Like if you have chronic ingrowing hair problems, like shaving, waxing, plucking, epilating, whatever, like often like for some people, like for me, like whatever hair removal method I use, my hairs ingrow. And that was why I first like got interested in like laser and IPL, because if you're permanently reducing the hair growth, then there's just going to be less ingrown hairs. So I'm super happy with this. and it comes with two different like size windows here. So this is the larger one for like legs and stuff. It also comes with a smaller one if you wanted to do like upper lip or something. Like I'm not really interested, I don't think, in doing my upper lip. Like I'm pretty much okay with there being like downy fuzz, peach fuzz on my face. But mostly I really want to reduce my ingrown hairs because they're super bothersome and they itch and I scratch my legs and it's just not good. So I'll stop rambling now. This I have really been liking, and I definitely think it was worth the £200. Like obviously if you're buying it full price, that's a lot of money. Would I have bought it then? Like I probably would have hesitated, but knowing how good it is, I would say like keep an eye on it, wait till you see it for a price that you find acceptable, and yeah. Okay, moving on. I have a brush that I have really been loving. This is from Real Techniques. Like pretty much all of my face brushes that I use on a regular basis, apart from my like blush. My blush brush is a Revlon brush. But basically most of my brushes on for my face, whether they are for liquid products or powder products, are Real Techniques brushes. My eyeshadow brushes are like a mixture. I've got like Eco Tools ones and like just cheap ones off Amazon, to be honest. But I think the Real Techniques face brushes are really worth investing in. Now this is the light layer complexion brush and it is $11.99. And I've been using this so far, like I haven't had it that long, but I kind of fell in love with it immediately, so I wanted to include it. I've been using it to blend out like contour, cream bronzer, and it's so soft and it blends things out so nicely. And it's called the light layer complexion brush for a reason. It really like blends things into a really fine layer. So this would also be really good for a very full coverage foundation where you only want like a light layer. If you have quite a heavy foundation that you like, it gives good coverage, but you need to apply it in quite a light layer, this would be a really good brush for doing that. It's just a lovely, like it's just the right level of stiffness and softness to blend things super seamlessly and easily without leaving a bunch of brush strokes or like being like difficult, because sometimes blending with a brush is kind of hard. It's why a lot of people use sponges. Sponges can be easier than a lot of brushes, but I'd say that this is a really easy, lovely brush to use, and I actually really like the slightly chunkier handle on it as well. Okay, talking about blending out cream bronzer and cream contour, I have this from Beauty Pie, which you can see, well, I will actually insert a clip of me blending out this product with this brush because they work really well together. This cream contour it's not really a cream, it's like a gel. And so it looks quite pigmented when you first apply it, but it's actually blends out to be quite a sheer, natural kind of a product. So it's really foolproof, I think, for beginners. It doesn't dry down super quickly, so you can go in and put your contour, you know, everywhere you want all over your face, and then pick up your brush or your sponge and go blend. You don't have to like apply blend because it's gonna like dry down and then be super hard to like blend out and you're gonna be able to see the streak or whatever. I'm not a big fan of this kind of not so hygienic kind of tip thing that you can't really clean, but I do like that it has a twist mechanism that stops product coming out, so it is travel safe. Or I just like jabbed the lid into the paddy thing and now there's contour on the lid, which I'm gonna need to clean up. When playing with makeup, it is always good to have a tissue literally like right there because you never know what's gonna happen. Okay, those are both really lovely. That was shade 1, the contour, and they only have 2 shades, and I think the shade 1 is less warm. I don't have the other one, but from the website it looks like the other shade is like warmer. Anyway, some skincare. Have another makeup product, but I'm just gonna throw that in at the end. So some skincare. Now, if you've seen my very old, like one of the first videos I ever posted on YouTube video about getting rid of blackheads, you will know that I really love the CosRx Blackhead Power Liquid. But recently I have discovered another one of their Blackhead Power BHA range, and that is the Skin Returning Emulsion, which is another BHA product. It looks very similar, it's the same kind of tube. This one is solid, this one is like cloudy see-through, but very similar packaging, and a very similar product in that it is going to help exfoliate, help get down into those pores and unclog them, clean them out, reduce blackheads, etc. But this is a thicker, like it's like a very light moisturizer compared to this, which is like very watery. This is like a very light moisturizer or slightly thicker serum, and it's nicely hydrating. So because I have dry combination skin, sometimes I use this, and then sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit dry and I don't want to risk making my skin drier, I will use this one instead because it's much more hydrating, but it still does the job with those blackheads. So loving that. Some Kiko things now. I have the Pure Clean Eyes and Lips and the Pure Clean Milk and Tone. Now I've been using this for ages, but I wanted to include it because I ran out of it and I was really, really sad and I really missed it. And you know, there's nothing like not having something anymore to make you realise how much you love something. So I had to order a couple of bottles of this off of the, I forgot to tell you prices for the other things. I had all these prices written down and then I forgot to mention them, but I'll put them in the description box below. The reason I remembered about prices is because I was going to say this is really, really cheap. Now this is 125 ml and this costs full price $6.99, which is really affordable when you compare it to like the other eye makeup remover that I really like, which is very similar, which is the Clinique one, which is obviously much more expensive. You can also get this on sale. I think I got this for like £4 something in the Kiko sale. So I bought 2 bottles and this is really good for removing waterproof eye makeup. Like if you use waterproof mascara and you need like an oil-based eye makeup remover, this is a really, really good one. You can see it's kind of split into 2 different liquids here, so you need to shake it up before you use it. It's very similar to the Clinique one in that way. And this really does power through waterproof mascara, which you would expect because Kiko Milano actually make a lot of very, very waterproof mascaras, so you would expect that they would need to make a product to remove their own mascaras. And then because I was trying to get my order up above minimum delivery, I decided to buy this because I really like a cream cleanser. This is a cream cleanser. You can massage onto dry skin, remove with a cotton pad, or you know, rinse off or use a damp flannel, something like that to remove it. And I'm very into cleansing, so I have kind of a routine. In the evening, whether I've had makeup on or not, I double cleanse, and so I use an oil-based cleanser and then I use a foaming cleanser, and then I go in with my toners and serums and moisturisers and all that good stuff. But because I have drier skin, sometimes I don't want to go in so strong with the cleansing. So in the morning, sometimes, you know, like if it hasn't been super hot overnight, which, you know, I mean, it has been quite hot here recently, but that's unusual because England, and the temperature has like really gone down like the last week or so, and so I'm back to like not really feeling like I need to really strongly cleanse in the morning. I just want something to remove like last night's skincare, remove the little bit of oil or whatever that's come out over the night, and then, you know, go on with my day. And a cream cleanser, if you have dry skin, is a really nice way if you don't have a whole lot of oil or gunk or whatever, you don't really feel like the need to like really get deep in there, you just want a gentle cleanse. A cream cleanser is really lovely. I know sometimes people feel like their face isn't clean. That's like a personal thing. You kind of have to get a bit more used to cream cleansers. For me personally, I do remove it with a like damp like flannel or damp cotton pad, so I am like getting it off quite thoroughly, and then I kind of apply toner and stuff as well afterwards, so it doesn't feel like heavy or greasy on my face or anything. But again, Kiko Milano is super affordable, and they make some actually really nice skincare products. So this is $5.99 and it's 200 ml, so you know, that's a pretty good price. It's not super heavily fragrance. It does actually smell quite heavenly. It smells very fresh. Like it says on the website that it's scented with magnolia, peach and sandalwood, but honestly, like, I'm glad I didn't like actually pay attention to that and read that before I bought it, because it kind of would have put me off, and honestly I don't think it smells like any of those things. To me it just smells very fresh, like almost like a cucumber scented thing. Like it's, I definitely don't get like, maybe I get like a little hint of magnolia, but not peach or sandalwood. I think it's quite subtly fragranced, which is nice. It's certainly not heavily floral or fruity or anything. It's just very fresh smelling, and I think it's really, really good. And the final thing is back to a makeup product, which is like so old. Like it's literally so old. People will be like, hey, why are you only just trying this? But this is the Laura Mercier like translucent setting powder. Well, this has been around for like forever, and everyone has been loving it forever. But I've always kind of used drugstore and like more affordable powders. I don't know why. Like I spend a lot of money on skincare. I'm very happy to spend money on like foundation, particularly. I think, you know, foundation is an area where if you spend money on it, you really do get a better product a lot of the time. Although there are some obviously really good drugstore foundations, and drugstore foundations have improved a lot over like the last 5 to 10 years, so maybe that's not quite so true anymore. But I've always spent more money on like skincare and then like foundation, occasionally concealer, rather than other products. So I've always really like kind of used drugstore powders, and I thought finally I will try something a little fancier and see if it really is worth the investment. And I actually got this for a discount because I bought this off eBay. I might make a video about purchasing like more expensive makeup off eBay because it's something that I've done quite a lot of. Because you get people who will like buy something and then they've literally like swatched it and now they can't send it back because they've swatched it but it's the wrong colour, and so they want to get rid of it. And when that's like a powder product or a pump type product, not something where someone's like been digging their fingers in it, like I'm like quite happy with that from like a hygiene standpoint. So this I bought from a lady who had written on eBay that she bought this for her wedding and used it that one day for her wedding, and then has no use for it now because she's not like a makeup person or whatever. So like the way she'd written it, it was like very believable. She seemed like very genuine. She had like good reviews and stuff, and she was also sending this like signed delivery, so the postage was like almost £6. And usually if someone is trying to scam you, they don't list a delivery price of £6 because they know that's going to put people off. So there are kind of things you can look at on eBay and make your own judgment as to whether you think products are genuine and whether you think the seller is being accurate with their listing. And I felt like this was very genuine, and I received the product and it's full, you know, it's full, and it was packaged very carefully. It wasn't in the box, but she'd wrapped it so carefully. So I thought, given that it was not quite as expensive, because it is, you know, very expensive, like this is like £32 or something. Like £32 is a lot for a powder when you can get one for like 6 or 7 or something, or even like 10. I think like my Gosh powder is maybe 10, but I have been noticing more since I started filming makeup, which, you know, is obviously like not something I've been doing for like the longest time, but like it does cause a tiny bit of flashback with the ring light. It's not something that's really natural in natural light going about my day, or even in flash photography when I've been out and about in bars and things like that. But in this kind of setup with a lot of light shining at my face, it does create a little bit of flashback. So that's one of the reasons I also thought I would try this. I was worried that the tint would be too dark because I have that issue with tinted powder where I'm pretty pale, and if I put like tinted powder sometimes on my concealer under my eyes, it gets too dark and kind of goes a weird colour. But I'm very, very happy with that, and now I know what everyone has been going on about for the longest time, and I can like join in the appreciation of this like basically cult product. So that was everything. Sorry that was a bit rambly. I will link some other videos down below. Check out my full face of beauty pie. Please subscribe if you found this video enjoyable, and I will see you all next time. Bye!